Hello and welcome to a new card here at justonemorecard.com. I'm going to start out today with the W+9 Heartfelt Holiday stamp set, and then I'm going to use the waffle flower dies. I actually just used this die set because I wanted the stitched border inside. You can use any circular die or punch that you have. Really, it doesn't matter. I also used the Landscape Trio by Mama Elephant, specifically these hillside borders, and what I did is I die cut two half circles with the same circle die, and then I used the hillside border dies by Mama Elephant, so I could create these, like snowy hills, and then I can layer them and create different effects with them. You can see that here. That's how it will look like. Then I went back to the Heartfelt Holiday dies actually, and die cut a few pieces already, just so we'll be faster with this video. I die cut the tree and the house. They will go onto this centerpiece. And then I've also die cut the banner and already stamped it with Hero Arts Red Royal ink. And we're going to start with the banner because it's the fastest thing to do of the entire card. I just used my embossing buddy to make sure that the Versamark ink that I'm going to use for stamping will stick only where it's supposed to go. And I'm really making sure that these fine letters get a good impression. And then I'm using my superfine white embossing powder to stamp the sentiment. And that's actually everything we're going to do to this banner. The banner itself is done. Then I stamped, the stamps are in the stamp set, I stamped the tree and the house with Versamark ink, and now I'm pouring Judykin's sticky stuff embossing powder on top of it. And once you heat set this, it's like glue. It's like glue that only is where you stamp, which is pretty neat. And while this is still very wet and very tacky, I'm using Elizabeth's Craft microfine glitter, microfine silk glitter. This is the leaf color, and I'm just dumping it onto the sticky stuff while it's still sticky, using my finger to press it down. And then, because I still need to do the house, you can't wait for too long, because otherwise the stickiness will go away after the heat setting. I'm just pushing the tree aside, and then I'm using the Rust Silk Microfine Glitter, which is a beautiful like copper or brown color, pouring this over the house. And I've heat set the sticky stuff before I did this, so it is sticky. And you can see you use very little. Everything that you don't use, you just pour back into the jar. You really use very little. And now, at least I found this works best for me, is I'm using my finger and gently pushing the glitter into the sticky stuff while it's still, like setting. So you get a good bonding between the glitter and the glue. I'm just gonna call the sticky stuff the glue. And then I'm carefully rubbing my finger across it to remove any glitter that's not sticking. And I'm repeating this on the tree, pressing down and then gently rubbing with my finger. And you can already see how beautifully it glitters. Isn't that amazing? Oh, yeah, I know, sorry. And this is how it looks when it's finished. Look how crisp the little hearts are. Like, it's very, very precise what you can achieve. Of course, then I had to do this to my card base as well. I used the snow stamp from the Lawn Fawn Let It Snow stamp set, used the antique silver glitter, and then I got tired of pressing down every little snowflake, so I'm just using a piece of scrap paper and rubbing really hard on top of it, because then I don't have to be as careful as if I'm directly on the glitter. And I like to use a soft makeup brush just to remove any other glitter that might, still be there. I'm moving on to my centerpiece here. I've glued down the first layer, and the first layer, it doesn't really matter how you place it because it's a circle. You can turn it any way you want, right? You can make the hillsides like small or very steep, whatever you like. You can just experiment. But the first layer doesn't really matter. Now I'm trying to figure out where the house or the tree are supposed to go, and deciding that I want the house to go in the center and the tree to be partly hidden behind the second hill, and that's exactly how I'm adhering it, with glue and some foam squares to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I thought I was done, and I was putting down my banner here, only I hadn't realized that I hadn't yet put glue on the centerpiece. So I had to pull it off, and I left this in the video so you see that, when you craft at midnight and you've been up for like 16 hours, this stuff happens. But it's not a catastrophe. I just pulled it off very carefully. And now I'm trying to put it back on. I actually needed 2 attempts to make it, to actually center it. but it's possible. So I'm gluing down the circle, making sure that the banner is on the foam squares where it's supposed to be, and just pressing this down. Here's a close-up. You can see the amazing glitter that you get with the Silk Microfine Glitter by Elizabeth Craft that can be purchased at the Makes the Day Special Stamp Store in the UK. And this is the antique silver that I used for the background. And you know, you have the stitching, you have the glitter, and it's still kind of a simple card, but it has an amazing effect. Thanks so much for watching. See you again next time. Bye!